Today is Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. Lizzie is also here.
Hello.
And she is going to pop in and do gratitude, and then we will do our team news. So I'm going to let her do that.
All right. So starting our morning off with gratitude. Guys, this is so important. So important, right? I feel like, we get taught this personal development and everything ever since we start this business, right? And there's a reason for it. So I want you to grab your journal, your pen, your piece of paper, your napkin, I don't know, whatever you have, right? And normally what I do, obviously everyone has their own different ways. Some people use guided journals. I actually have two different journals. I have a wellness journal, and then I have just like a normal journal. In my wellness journal, it's for night and day. My wellness journal is my intentions for the day, my sleep from last night, activities, self-care, and my meals for the day. But then for my gratitude, I just use a plain normal lined journal. I do at least 3 I am grateful for statements, because how do we expect more in this life if we're not grateful for things that we already have? And then I do like I am statements and I have statements. And I think there's power in the I have statements when it comes to law of attraction and manifesting all of our goals. And I want you to put meaning behind all of that, right? Because if we don't have this self-belief and this belief in what we are writing in our I am statements every single day, it's mostly just busy work, right? We have to believe in what we're putting down onto paper. That's how, we manifest our goals and our dreams. Another thing that I do after I'm done with my I am statements, I actually do visualization exercises too. And after I do my visualization exercise, I actually write all of that down every single day. And it's like the same thing every day, but I just think there's so much power behind that too. So visualization and then writing all of it down. So it's like on paper, right? I think that's just like an extra push into whatever you believe in, the universe, God, peanut butter, goat cheese, like Stacy always says, whatever you believe in. It's putting that little extra push out into the universe to have it come back to you. So I'll give you a couple minutes to write down your statements for the day. I'm actually holding off on mine because I have like this whole almost hour long personal development routine that I usually do in the morning, but I literally just rolled out of bed. So
I gotta share something funny if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said something about Stacy and how she puts out there she doesn't care what you believe in. I remember one time she said, I don't care if you believe in peanut butter. I had a dream about it that night, about a peanut butter god. And I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, I'm glad I have my higher power.
Oh, it's so funny how our dreams can manipulate things that we hear, especially right before bed. Because when I'm on Stacy Zoom, I usually go to bed literally right after. So
Same. That's why I think I dreamt about it. It was funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
Good morning. I'm just going to let you guys kind of finish up your gratitude. I do mine in my handy dandy. I have a guided one too. And then I have a little notebook for my I ams because I'm got to write it a lot of times.
Oh, okay? We're twinning.
And then let's see. Okay, so I was actually talking with Lizzie a little bit about some of my self-development. I have to work out, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. I've already been up. I love Lizzie. Thank you for getting on. So I've already been up since like 5:15 this morning. So I'm ready to go for the day. But that's just also, I have a little child. I have a little one. So if I want to get certain things done before she gets up, I have to get up earlier. Let's go over some of the company updates and everything that's going on. So Palooza. I'm sure that some people are going to be arriving today and tomorrow. That's super exciting. So if you're going, please make sure that you send pictures, send videos, you know, and we want to see all the things. Like, I can't go this year. I don't think Lizzie's going either.
But
But
can't you, I'm pretty sure you can buy an e-ticket, correct? Like where you could stream it. I don't know. I know they did that last year where you could, it was like $20 and you could still.
I haven't seen it in there yet.
Yep. Yeah. Sees Shannon live stream Saturday. So I strongly encourage you to do that. Because there's so much useful knowledge that comes out of the training. And I encourage you to just actually get to Thrive Palooza last year, because if you're struggling to find the vision, being around other Thrivers can do that for you. If I don't know if anyone watched my Zoom with Stacy on Sunday, but like really just being around the community can really lift up that vision and kind of light up a fire inside of you that you might not have known was there just by getting to an event like this. It's really, really powerful. So if you can get that e-ticket, watch the live stream, and at least if you can't go, you can still, you know, post about all the awesome things that they might be releasing, and you can still at least watch that live stream and get a lot of the useful information out of it. Like there's so much power in a lot of those speakers. Like Rodney last year, like literally had me in tears, and it was just, it's awesome. So get the e-ticket if you can.
Where is it? It normally would be under resources, right? And then
they're not going to show it probably until Friday.
Right, but it would be
That's
in the
what they
same
did.
spot that you could get the Ultimate Thriver ticket, right?
I'm not entirely sure. I know last time they had it under company updates right on your main page,
Okay.
but they
Yeah, they'll probably
usually
send out
show
an
that
email.
sale ticket once Palooza's already begun.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, I'm definitely going to be doing that because, yeah, why not? Right? Let's see what else is going on. We have yesterday was payday. We have the April, March, or the April, what is it? The April Mania. There we go. April Mania. I'm like, wait, what was it called? So if you don't know what that is, the first part is 400, 800 packs are getting double QV. There's a rookie leaderboard. They have to be in their first 90 days for that. There is the actual rank advancement part, the rank advancement bonuses. So what that means is if you've never hit 4K, you've never hit 12K, and so on, then if you hit the rank you're going for, you're going to receive a rank advancement bonus. And so like if you hit it this month, next month on the second Tuesday of the full week of the month, you're going to get paid out your first part of that bonus, which is amazing. What else? Is there something else with that? I think that's the 3 different parts as far as that goes.
I do believe that the double QV does not count towards your VIP 800 and 1600, only your rank advancement.
Right, it doesn't, right. That's, yeah, so if you've got people in your VIPs and whatnot, that's different than the VIP 800 and VIP 1600. But what's going to happen though is those people that are running for the VIP 800 and 1600, they buy their promoter packs and they start hitting those bonuses. They start hitting those VIPs. They're setting themselves up to either be on the rookie board, either to get a 4K, to hit that 4K, right? Because once they've VIP'd 800, they've got their 2 promoters and their 2 customers on auto ship, and they're repeating that. So they will probably be getting, they might be like even halfway depending on the size of the promoter packs that their promoters buy. But I think that we'll go ahead and move into our topic now. I don't believe that there's any other Zooms today as of right now. Is there just this one,
I don't
right?
think so, because Chaz hasn't restarted Excel Empire, so I think it's just this one.
Yeah.
Unless there's any work with me's that anyone wants to hop on, which I think are super important too. So if anyone in your team is doing any, hop on it or start one yourself. I just think it's so much better sometimes when you can just have a half hour to an hour to just really focus on IPAs, especially with your sidelines, right?
I'm gonna let Lizzie start this topic, and we're just gonna kind of like jump in with each other and back and forth and everything, just because we both feel that we but give out more quality information if we're not like tied down to an exact schedule or exact I have to say this or whatnot. So
we also
can
talk to each other on Zoom like every single day anyway, because we don't live close enough to each other. So hopefully it'll just work better than trying to be more structured.
Yeah.
She tried to take notes yesterday, and I'm like, can't we just like bounce off of each other? Like we're literally on the phone with each other every day.
Yes.
So we wanted to touch base on creativity and marketing, right? So I think it's super important. Like, first off, I've always been right-brained. Obviously, not everyone is going to be like that. Some people are a little bit more left-brained. But one of my favorite things about this business is the ability to be creative, right? I was always into art and everything in high school, and I kind of just like fell off of that. And then I worked in a kitchen for my whole life, and there was not much room for creativity in the kitchen that I worked in. It was pub food. And then I worked at an outdoor gear shop, not much room to be creative. And this business is really a good outlet for me to use that creative side of me, right? And so not only can it be fun, but it's what's going to make you stand out, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if any of you have Canva or Unfold downloaded on your phone. That's a great tool for you to be creative. We're lucky enough to have, a lot of really great resources where people already make a bunch of like story slides and stuff for us. And I love using those on the fly. But what I also love is making my own, because we get to be creative and it's going to make you stand out more, right? Your whole entire team is using these slides. If you make your own, maybe it'll help you stand out a little bit more. It's a better way to express yourself, right? And so we're kind of like, maybe your branding might come into play a little bit. Like, I'm kind of in the process of not like fully rebranding, but like rebranding like my aesthetic on Instagram and stuff like that. I just changed all my like highlights, and then I post like an inspirational or motivational quote every day, and it used to all be blue squares on my Instagram. I'm kind of changing that a little bit. But I challenge you today or this week to actually like, I hear the excuses all the time. I'm not good on my phone. I don't know how to work it. I don't know how to use Canva. I don't know how to use Unfold. Just play with it. I didn't either, but I downloaded it and I just played with it for a while until I got the hang of it and I knew what everything meant. And what I also love Canva for is when there's a promo dropped, right? So you wake up, you have an email from Lavelle, and there's free shipping for the weekend. And then I see all these drivers just screenshot the email and post it. So what I think is better and might get more traction, might catch someone's eye, like you have about like 2 seconds, right? You got about 2 seconds to catch someone's attention. Now, the Lavelle email isn't the most eye-catching thing, right? So what I usually do is I take a photo of myself. Like at Halloween, they might have done like free shipping or $25 back. So I had bought this witch costume for work. I literally put on the hat and the cape, right? I took a picture of me all like excited in my witch costume. And then I took the little promo email, I cropped it and it said free shipping. And then I never put the promo code in it, right? I want my audience to have a reason to get a hold of me, like ask me for the promo code, and then you can chat with them a little bit more. So then they don't just like type in Thrive Lavelle on Google, make a random account and then plug in the promo code, right? Like you want them to be able to get into your messenger. No, Kim, you don't. I think I do, just because I use it so much. I pay for the pro version, but you don't have to pay for it. Also, if you do, I think it might be maybe $3 a month, and it's a write-off. Just keeping that in mind, but you don't have to pay for it. Out of all the apps I use, it's like the only one I actually pay for, because I literally use it like 3 times a day. So anyway, back to promos, right? Being creative, branding yourself. I opened the picture. I took of me in the witch costume. I opened it in Canva. I took the little crop picture of the promo and I like stuck it in the corner. Like, oh, there's free shipping. Then a call to action, right? Putting a call to action in your post, telling people to get a hold of you for the promo code. So there's a lot of ways to just be unique and stand out and market yourself better and be creative. I just think that we have all these resources and tools and ways to make us stand out. And a lot of this can kind of stem off of your 5 things too, right? Like not just your 5 branding things. Like we've all heard of our 5 things, you know, like what makes you you. But this also implies to like when you're posting, like every single week, I do product 5 things. Maybe 1 or 2 of them might not change because they're my diehard products, right? Like I talk about them all the time. It's what I sell the most, but I like to, you know, switch it up too, because we have everything from vitamins to face cream to foot cream to beef jerky, right? Like we have something for everyone, and your audience isn't going to know that. You know, all the time we're like, we have something for everyone. There's something for everyone. But if you're not talking about all the different products, how's everyone going to know that? They're like, okay, so she only has, you know, this balance that helps her poop in the morning, but that's it. Like, no, you got to like use your resources and talk about the different products, right? If you haven't tried them all, like, yes, leverage your credits every month, but maybe buy a plus line that you haven't tried yet. So like, you know what it tastes like, or, you know, you can promote the product a little bit better. So every week I do product 5s too, because then I know that I'm going to maybe talk about when it's Wellness Wednesday, I'm going to talk about how, you know, this product that I don't use that often is better for your total wellness, right? And then I do business 5s, right? It's bonus season. What you're talking about, you are selling. If you are not talking about the business that often, I try to talk about the business once every single day. If I'm not posting about it, I'm putting it in my stories. If I'm not putting it in my stories, I'm posting about it. Sometimes I do both, because what you talk about the most is what you are going to sell the most. It's bonus season. If you are not trying to talk about the business right now, then you're not running for any bonuses. So every week I pick business 5s. So 5 things that I like most about the business. Like last week, hello, we got free credits in our account. If you're not talking about that, talk about it next month. Please talk about how you get credits in your account every single month. If you're not thriving for free yet, make that a goal, right? Make that a goal. So business 5s, getting product for free every month, leveraging product for our credits for new customers. Like I tied it into like, hey, I get my products for free, so can you, and I'm going to give you $25 off to start your Thrive experience today. So product 5s. Or business 5s, free product. I talk about the community a lot because that's completely changed my life. I talk about travel, and that could just not mean you haven't gotten a getaway. I used to talk about travel before that. Like I'd been to Texas 2 times because of this company, right? I'd been to Palooza, I had earned a retreat, talk about it. So yeah, business fives, and that's going to help you. If you think about 5 things that you like about the business, it might make it easier for you to post about the business if you already have these 5 things written down every week that you could tie into a post that you like most about this business. Like last week, my payday post wasn't even about my paycheck. It was about personal development, right? Like how we virtually almost get paid to do personal development and help other people, you know? So yeah, Katrina, say something.
Okay. So, I didn't even realize I was doing this whole thing and I was doing it. Okay. I try to, when you first start out, talking about the 3 steps and putting those into your stories. If that's not your first goal, if you're first starting, make that your first goal, your first stop, right? Get comfortable with talking about the 3 steps. Start there. And then add in a plus line. Like I'm doing the, it's, what do we call it? You grow girl challenge with like Brittany and Soul Thrivers. And what that is like last month, we literally posted all consistently, I put in my stories at least, I would say 3 times a week, if not more, because I was trying to bring in people, different customers about our collagen products. So what we're doing is a 90-day hair, skin, and nails challenge. We all ordered, whatever collagen products we want to take for the 90 days. We ordered our first month and we started April 1st. So I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be putting my 3 steps in my stories daily. And I'm going to be putting in either me drinking the Pink Pro or taking the collagen gummies, right? Because those are the ones I decided to do. And then daily, maybe I might want to throw something in there about, like the other day I posted about the face mask, right? Because I never did skincare. I used to just wash my face with soap and water. And how, there's probably a ton of other people there. Like I'm 36 years old. I used to wash my face with soap and water. Like who cares? Apparently, and there's a whole nother, like the kids coming up, because if you guys have not followed or heard, I'm not saying like follow me, but like if you haven't been on here and heard me talk before, I have a 17-year-old daughter. These kids are freaking spoiled and I love them, but they are doing skincare. Okay. These kids are worried about skincare. She got after me for using soap and water on my face and stuff like that. Like that, would you even think that like some 17 or 18-year-olds are like, oh yeah, I have a whole skincare regimen? No, I wouldn't, because I didn't. But things change. It's different now. It's YouTube. It's all these videos on how to do your makeup and, TikTok and all of that kind of thing. So, just because you didn't do it back then doesn't mean it's not happening now. And it is. So I think that that's a great, those tips with the 5s and the different, in the products and in the business are so, so important, because it's going to help so much. And, I'm not a super overthinker. I will kind of just like jump into things and kind of go with the flow. Do I like to make stuff look nice? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'll go with the flow. Like we hopped on a call with each other the other day. We did an interview and my StreamYard, I don't know what happened. I literally could not hear Lizzie.
I just want to say, if anyone is worried about going live. Like, oh, I'm so nervous to go live. Yeah, okay, everyone is at the beginning. Some people still are, but you got to do the uncomfortable to be uncomfortable. And I'm telling you what, it can't go as wrong as Katrina's and I's did the other day. And it was the best live I've ever done. She couldn't hear me. I'm like writing post-it notes to her. Can Ben hear me? We're like talking over each other because she can't hear a literally a thing I'm saying. It was the best. It was comical. That live, I'm sure got like 1 million views because it was funny and it was good and everything went wrong. So go watch it and then tell yourself that you can go live because it can't go as bad as that did. And it was so
yes, it was so funny. I'm like, Ben, can you hear me on there? I had my husband put it on his phone so I could hear Lizzie. But if you've ever used StreamYard, it's like delayed. Like StreamYard is like a few seconds ahead of like on actual Facebook. And it was so hilarious. But anyway, I don't want to get completely off topic. So, and I will touch on the business side. You want to talk about like what you're going for, right? Show people, okay, my friend, has her car, gets her car paid for, or these people get their cars paid for. I'm working towards that too, right? I'm working towards that too. Or maybe you want to earn the trips, whatever it might be, you have to talk about it, because if you don't, then it's not going to happen, right? So you have to talk about it. You have to tell people, like Lizzie said, people don't know what we have. They don't know on the business side, and they don't know on the product side what we have unless we share it. And I'm not saying go crazy. We're definitely not saying go crazy, go wild, go spam your Facebook or anything like that. Pick something and post. Talk in your stories. Literally talking in my stories helps so much. You can get whatever you'd like out. I try not to, if I start noticing I have a lot of clips about something, I should probably be doing a live, right? Because your lives don't have to necessarily be an interview or anything like that. It doesn't have to be all thrive in your lives. Like, let people get to know you. I have to be better at doing lives like that, besides just the interviews, not just, but besides the interviews. I just, by the end of, if I don't get stuff done in the morning, like that and everything, I'm probably, to be honest, I'm not going to do it unless it's like a scheduled interview that I have with somebody, because that's how I am.
And so, go live on your page and go live in your stories, right? Like, that's just hitting the record button or putting hands free and pressing the record button and talking in your stories. You got to do it on both, right? There's a different audience in both. There's a different audience on people who are watching all the stuff on your wall, and there's a different audience on all the people that are watching stuff in your stories, right? And it's good in your stories. Like, every single day, except for like sometimes on the weekend, I go live while I make my shake every single day, right? And then I just like word vomit, I'm like, oh, like I made my shake without pants on the other day, and I was like, oh, almost flashed you, and then I just like talk about dumb stuff, or like, I don't know, a dream I had, and I make my shake and I'm like, oh yeah, I got health. And then I keep talking, and it gets people to know you more. Like, people know I'm silly. People know, I don't know what people know about me, because I don't ask people what they know about me, but they get to know you more. And then go live on your stories. I need to be better about talking about Not Thrive stuff too on my lives, on my wall. I got to do it more in the moment when I like have like emotions or something. But I even go live, like I was going live every Tuesday for a while about me opening my Misfits Market Box. And then people know, first off, one of my 5 things, tying this sort of back into what we're talking about. This is what Katrina and I do. Hopefully you're getting something out of it. So I used to be a line cook, right? I used to never be able to have a home cooked meal with my family at home at night. I'd get done at like 1 a.m. That was my lifestyle. So I talk about me, A, falling in love with cooking at home again, and B, being able to have dinner with my family. Those are things that I talk about all the time because they mean something to me. They're part of my livelihood now. So when I'm going live on opening my Misfits Market box, I'm talking about, here's all my organic food that I got for cheap. And it ties into the fact too that I used to not take care of my body before Thrive. I used to eat junk food all the time. I had an unhealthy relationship with food. Now it's better. I eat all organic. I eat more nutrient filled meals. So going live could literally be about anything. I go live a lot when I'm packing up my minis. I know that's Thrive related, but I do. And I reach a different audience every time. I do it like every other week when I'm packing up minis. And then I still have people going in. So what's in a mini? What is it? What is that? So then I just do another live when I'm packing one up because I'm reaching different people every time, right? And going live, when you click the little live button, it'll tell you how many people are on. I use that for A, when you go live, you want more people on, and B, sometimes I use that when I'm posting too, because then I know more people are going to see my post.
Before you hit the button, you check before you actually hit live. You're just going in there and checking. Yeah. Yes, Shannon.
Yeah.
Two things. As far as the going live thing, I have a sheet where I went on every single half hour for a full week. And I wrote down the numbers of people that were on at those times. So that helped me find the best times to go live for myself with my own personal feed each week. And then I went live this week. I haven't been live in forever, but there's a live challenge. So anyway, my daughter had a friend of ours set up a fundraiser because her son, my grandson, still needs to have some severe dental work. And we hit that goal. And I went live about it and I got emotional and, I was crying on my Facebook page. I mean, I was snotting up. So many people jumped in my messenger to congratulate us, to see if we needed any more help. It was just an amazing thing. People want to see the real you. They want to see the raw you. Don't be afraid to show emotion. Don't be afraid to show who you are and say, oh, I'm going to look like a fool, because you're not. People want to see that you're just like them. So give that to them. That's all.
And so what if someone does also? You got to get to like a point, I think sometimes, like, I mean, we're all going to always have our insecurities, but like, if someone is going to be like, oh, there she goes, talking about this Thrive crap, or here she is talking about this, or I can't believe she's crying on her social media, then they're not meant to be in your path anyway. First off, they're not their friend. Second off, you're not going to build a relationship with them. Third off, they're not meant to be in your path. You got to do you. You got to do you. If you struggle with that, include something with self-confidence in your personal development every morning. Look up a podcast, a YouTube video, a book about it, work on that. Because I used to be like that, but I got to a point in my business where I was like, okay, well, if you're not here to grow with me, watch me grow, watch me help people, or get help yourself, like have me help you, then we're not aligned. We're not on the same path. I'm going to grow this way and you're going to go that way.
Yes. And those people, you know what? Those honestly, people like that are just need to, like, they have their own. It's on them. It's on them. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel, and it's on them. You can't change how someone else feels. All right. So anyway, all right, let's move into creativity. Like, how do you, I mean, we already have like kind of touched on, like Lizzie was talking about how she uses it, how we use Canva. Like I use Canva all the time too, because I love it. And there's so many different things that you can do that, to be creative. There's the unfold. So as far as creativity, we wanted to kind of touch on, like, how do you stay like creative? Shannon, did you have something? Oh no. Okay, sorry. So as far as like being creative, sometimes it doesn't come naturally for other people, for a lot of people. When I was young as well, I used to like to draw and paint and be creative like that. And, you know, there's other outlets for my creativity. Like I did gymnastics. So I would make up like my own routines, right? Like when I say routines, like balance beam routines and the floor routines. So I had a creative outlet then. In order for me to stay in my creative space, the self-development is so important. And for me, doing my exercise every day is it clears my mind. It clears my mind and resets me and restarts me. Okay. Like I could, you know, even if I can't get to my workout until later in the day, and since I've gotten back into it, like I've been on a hiatus for a little bit, like I'll admit it, I know it. And I'm back into my workouts. When I'm done, I feel so much better, so much more level-headed, so much more like I can think straight, and I can sit down and I can be creative because I have moving my body, getting my blood flowing, you know, thinking about what I'm doing in that moment. I'm thinking about, okay, I'm working out, I'm moving my body, I'm doing this. It stops you from having to think about all the other things. So if there's something you can do daily, whether it be workout, whether it be yoga, whether it's your self-development, whether, you know, listening to the podcast or whatever those things might be that lets your brain rest, right? And not have to think about other things, is going to help refuel you to be able to sit down and be like, okay, I have to make a post or I want to get my post ready for the rest of the week, or I want to make a reel, right? I want to make a reel. I love doing reels because I get to be weird, silly, and funny and all the things that I love to be. Well, if I'm feeling low and I'm feeling like I have too many things on my mind, it's hard for me to want to do one, to find the music I want, to find the facial or do the facial expressions that I would like to do. And then when it's time to like put that reel into play, right? It might be hard for me to figure out what kind of text and what context I want to use that reel. So that's how some of the, as far as like being creative and, you know, how to be creative, as far as like how to be creative for me, my exercise and my self-development helps me to keep a clear head and be able to create the things that I want to. Lizzie?
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Getting your body moving, like I can tell a difference between when I'm not taking care of myself and when I am, when me working my business improves. I obviously, not all of us like to work out, so that might not be the same with you, but also just moving your body, it makes you feel better, like in any way, like going for a walk, like she said, doing yoga, like whatever may have you, is really gonna get those endorphins flowing. Did you touch on that? Did you say endorphins? Okay, that's funny because we were talking about it yesterday and she was like, what's that brain chemical that happens when you exercise? And she said like a bunch of things that were not endorphins. So it gets your endorphins flowing when you move your body, right? Like I'm not saying go lift a bunch of weights. I'm not saying go do a bunch of crunches or run on your treadmill or do a 5K. Unless that's your thing, then like by all means, go do that. But like get your body moving in some way, right? Like set a step goal for yourself every day. and that'll get your endorphins going. And I notice definitely an increase too. And then that also, it can give you like something to even talk about, right? Like say, oh, okay, so I'm making it a goal of mine to, get 7,500 steps in a day, right? Like this, so you can talk about that with your audience, and it gets your endorphins going, gets your juices flowing. And I notice too, when I'm taking better care of myself and I'm moving my body more, it makes it easier for me to work my business. Like I just feel better. I feel better. So
Yeah. So like if you need to wake up a little bit earlier, does it suck? Maybe. For me, I like wake up in the morning, like, oh, it's morning. I wake up and I get out of bed. Once in a while, there's like where I might like lay in bed, and usually that's only happened recently, like with me going back to work at the restaurants, because last month my body, I had to readjust my whole entire schedule, and I am a creature of habit and schedules. So if something changes in my schedule, it rocks my world. I try to plan for it and be prepared, but you cannot plan for every single thing. Like Ashley was saying last night, you can't plan for every single thing, right? So you can do the best you can and then give yourself some grace. And that's what I had to do last month with going back and working the restaurant a little bit more, because I was a little bit more tired than I had been before in the past. My body wasn't used to it. So I wasn't used to taking the time away from my business either. I was used to being available to my customers, to other promoters, to people pretty much whenever I wanted to be, whenever I would pick up my phone. So like, if you're a creature of habit, I highly recommend getting into a schedule, getting a routine. And it's okay if you have an off day, take a minute, reset yourself, whether that's going outside for a couple minutes, whether that's taking a shower, and then start over. That didn't happen, right? Well, I mean, it happened, but you can start over, because we don't live in the past. This is so, so important. This is going to help you with so much in life, in your business, in everything. You can't worry about every single thing that happened in the past, because it's done. You can't change it. You can just do better than in the future. That's what you can do. That's what you have some control over, not all of it, just some. But I think that I don't know. There's, I feel like we've shared a lot of really good tips as far as like the marketing, how we kind of come up with some of the ways that we market our business, and like how we remain creative. What do you think, Lizzie?
yeah.
Shannon, do you have any questions or anything like that?
No, but I do have something to add. Just give me a minute. Let me grab it here. It made perfect sense to share this with you guys, this trip. Just give me 1 second. I actually learned this from Megan Holcomb on one of the Plan Your Week Zooms.
Mm-hmm.
And it's talking about, you were touching on reels and stuff like that. And the 4 main things that she said that you want to, touch base with on reels. And when you have them endorphins flowing, this really is something handy to have. You want to, people come to your reels or your content to learn, to be entertained, to be inspired, and to make like-minded connections. You want to teach them lessons you've specifically learned, specific resources that you've used that's helped you in life, step-by-step instructions on something, whether it be a recipe or gratitude or exercising, talking about common misconceptions about something that you've seen or have learned that have been wrong, or solving a problem that you've already solved. You want to teach people that. Another way is people want to be entertained. This can be used with funny things, thoughts and experiences provoke emotions. It doesn't just have to be funny. You can provoke tears. You can provoke hysterical laughter. You can provoke really thought conscious topics. Good visuals, of course. Then people want to be inspired. Use transformation stories for this. Yes, use others, but use yours as well. Show people that this has worked for you. Or quotes. Make a quote your own. And she talks about doing like the carousels on Instagram where you do more than one picture. Canva is great for that. Or to connect, again, using your story through daily life. They don't want to see perfection, they want to see reality. Messages, reply to their stories or their posts in a message. Don't just make it a comment. Talk about problems that you've solved or help them solve a problem that they have. These are just different ways of creating content after you get those endorphins flowing. And like Katrina and Lizzie both said, if you have a bad day, so what? Push it behind you, wake up the next morning and get cracking. I fell into a very bad depression for a couple months, and I had life slap me in the face over and over and over again, and it even teetered my recovery. But I stayed strong. I reached out, and I am back in the groove. So never let anything stop you. Stay consistent, never quit. That's all I had.
Thank you, Shannon. Lizzie, do you have anything else?
Yeah, just talk about it on the bad days too. Like, shout out to Kimberly, my girl Kim. She always talks about that stuff. Like when she has a bad day, she talks about it. And you know what? That shows her audience that she's not perfect and she has struggles. I do it too. Like that's gold right there. We're in the business of like selling ourselves and building relationships and getting people to trust us. So like I talk about the struggles. You got a bad day, talk about it. People
I
don't
try to.
Yeah, people don't want to like think you're a robot. Just because we're on Thrive and we have happy patches doesn't mean we're perfect, right? If you are portraying that, and you're portraying that you're happy all the time and everything is perfect all the time, you're kind of giving like a false narrative in a way. So yeah, when you're having the bad days, talk about it. And Kim is really good about that. She shares her struggles, she shares her emotions, she shares her life. She's really good at being vulnerable and transparent with her audience. She's very good at that.
So I think this morning show was really good and super fun. And I appreciate you guys getting on. And I love you, Lizzie. Thank you for getting up and doing this with me.
I'm usually up at like 5:30 on the days I have to work, but not on the days I don't have to work. So,
and now you have the whole rest of the day to do all the things. You're going to get so much done today.
I'm going to go get my hair cut. I'm actually not even going to be home all day, but I will be soon. I'll be doing this full time soon. So I guess I should just get used to it.
Yep, you might as well. I'm so excited for you. I'm literally so excited for you to be like doing this full time. It's special. You're going to love it. You're going to do amazing.
Thanks.
But I hope you guys all have a great day. I'm going to end this. And yes, Lydia's going to be here Friday from Thrive Palooza, and I cannot wait to see what she has to say and share and all of that kind of thing. You know what? Today's just starting, guys. You can do this. If you have not checked out, I just want to, one last thing. If you have not checked out, Maria Dillard shared on the, somewheres, I don't know where, a thing about I think on the, what is it, the Thrive, I don't know, Thrive All Stars or something page. I don't know. I think it's on the Dream Team page. I'll put it under this recording. But she shared a picture of ways to hit 4K for March Mania. You can use that. You can use that for April. Everything's still the same. You can use it for April. So I'm going to get going. Kristen has had enough. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. I just want to let you know this recording will be in the Dream Team under the April Zooms. And then I know exactly what Katrina's talking about. I have a copy of that picture, so I will place that in the comments for you right under the replay. Have a great day.